Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be jumping straight into Vechain, but before we do so, I do want to take a look at the entire market as a whole. In the last 24 hours, we have been up 6.81% overall, Bitcoin over 31.5K, Ethereum very close to 2K, Cardano up 12%. We have big numbers here today, seeing great recoveries across the board. If we actually scroll down a little bit, we do see Vechain. Vechain is with a massive 15.19% increase in the last 24 hours. Obviously not going to make up for all those dips we've had in the past. However, it's a great start, and we've seen great momentum in the past when we do get this kind of recovery. So I do expect us to continue to see some great things in the future. We've talked about September still being a possibility for that lowest and last dip. So it's still there. It's still a possibility for volatility to really kind of continue in, but this could definitely be very close to our last dip. We've seen a lot of dips before this, and this one's a little bit different. We've talked about that before in a previous video, so I won't cover all of that, but I do want to talk about Vechain in this 15.19% increase that we've seen in the last 24 hours. Obviously a massive push, and continuing to see that we are still down 9.86% in the last week, so we do have a ways to go. And I've talked about the last month as well being a rough month of a 33.44% decrease at the moment. We do have a $4.2 billion market cap, still showing that this coin has strength in community. We also see the volume in the last 24 hours being around that $581.6 million mark. So Vechain is definitely a coin that we could see blast off here in the upcoming weeks and months ahead. So definitely stay tuned with Vechain and Vechain price prediction videos. So if you want to do that, make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video before we get started. So Vechain is a cryptocurrency and smart contracts platform focused on supply chain management. It allows manufacturers to add sensors such as RFID tags to their products that can then record data onto that Vechain blockchain. And we've talked about that before as well, obviously. Vet, though, like I said, has so much utility, so many use cases, and here's just a few of them. So if you jump through to Eisenrich on Twitter, he has some great points and some great things to point out. And we see that here with Vechain and agriculture products, really the traceability system altogether. So using the Trust Machine blockchain to trace the entire life cycle of agriculture products has become one of the most effective tools for ensuring the quality of agriculture products. So this is just huge, possibilities and endless possibilities really behind these, ideas and ideologies, and obviously the solutions to Vechain and the Vechain solution. I guess, the Vechain BAAS tool as well. We've talked about that, but, it's just one of those really, like I said, adoption tools. Here we have, CoinJoy talking about Vechain is one of the key adoption tools, and it definitely is. It's one of those, like I said, coins that have huge potential in the near future. We also see BlockFi. So, we've talked about BlockFi before. I do want to mention it quickly before we jump into much more on Vechain. So, BlockFi recently has been in the news for, having a cease and desist for New Jersey. I do just want to reiterate how that means nothing to anybody outside of New Jersey. You guys are still able to use BlockFi. Take advantage of this 7.5% APY. You can borrow cash, buy or sell crypto, and there are no hidden fees, no minimum balances, and no reason to wait. Obviously, people aren't happy about how much you can get and how much you can, put your money to work for you and receive in return. So definitely take advantage of this, guys. We never know how long these things can last. Obviously, I believe it'll last for, at least 10 to 15 years at the very least, the 7.5%. But, realistically, this is a great opportunity to put your money to work for you, make some additional money, passive income. And, they also have their BlockFi rewards credit card and inviting eligible people at the top of the list to apply now. So definitely jump in that as well. So I will have my link shared in the description as well as the comment section below. If you guys want to take advantage of it using my referral link, it will actually support me, support the channel, but it'll also give you up to $250 worth of Bitcoin. And there's no better time than in the 30K Bitcoin range. So let's jump back into some different Vechain things. So Vechain, we also have the University of Barcelona already working with Walmart China and H&M. Vechain is able to validate hundreds of transactions every second with projection really towards that 10,000 TPS, which is just massive. We're not going to jump through all of this, but it does mention Vechain here. There are already large platforms with alternative systems, such as the proof of stake of company dedicated to the traceability Vechain, with remarkable presence in the chains of production of multinationals, such as Walmart China, supermarkets, or really, those H&M textiles, being able to really currently validate hundreds of transactions every second with a projection towards 10,000 transactions per second, stated by his team of development, with aim of exceeding this figure, which is a capacity current transaction of large payment companies such as MasterCard and or Visa. just like I said, huge potential behind Vechain. We continue to see that here with some of these, some of these different statements, but Vechain and BYD as well. So BYD has equipped all of its new vehicles with Blade batteries, which have really great advantages over the standard lithium batteries. Widely used in the industry, the Chinese electric vehicle, the maker told, I'm not sure exactly how to say that, YICAI, I would say Yikai, or Yikai, I'm not sure, I don't know how to pronounce that. You guys can help me out in the comments on that one, but, realistically, this is another great thing for Vechain. We see when it comes to BYD Han, that took a little bit more than 1 year to happen. According to the Chinese press, all the electric vehicles from the company now present Blade batteries. Like I said, very big deal, continuing to show, huge possibilities, and it's just, like I said, very cool to see this taking place. I do want to jump into another one. This one talks about SAIC, or SAIC carbon markets as well. So they talk about the partnership here. So in 2018, Vechain partnered with Lingang Group, a large state-owned enterprise directly held by the Shanghai State-Owned Assets Supervision and Administration Commission. So SAIC will be active in developing carbon markets, and they talk about that a little bit in detail on these articles. I'm not going to jump into too much more on that one either, but just huge things, like I said, continuing to take place, huge things to really recognize, that have happened in the past that are coming up here in the future, and I do expect to create some massive hype around these coins and create massive potential and profit as well. So jumping into Vechain, I won't do much here, but I do want to talk about how Vechain's been through it all. So founded in 2015, Vechain is one of the earliest blockchain technology companies in the world, with offices in China, Europe, US, Singapore, and Japan. So 2015, obviously, being through bullish looking markets and bearish looking markets, Vechain's been through it all. We continue to see some of the solutions being huge solutions and utility use cases that will continue to push Vechain farther and farther. We're not going to talk about them all, though. We are going to jump back to our price predictions. I know you guys like short and sweet videos between that 8 and 10 minute mark, so we will keep it there. With Vechain, though, we are seeing, like I said, massive potential, continuing to see that 24-hour increase up to 15%. I do want to go back to the prices and click back on Vechain, get us a quick refresh. We are still at a 15.86% increase, still seeing, like I said, across the board, great increases for the crypto markets. I think, by the end of the year, we could easily see Vechain pushing closer to that $1 mark. I will say, realistically, we are going to see about a 75-cent price point on Vechain by the end of the year, and then by the end of the bull market part 2, we could easily see Vechain pushing closer to that $1 to $2 mark, possibly if everything goes to plan. And, realistically, we are going to have some bumps on the way. So expect volatility. Obviously, we are in the cryptocurrency market where volatility does take place. So definitely take a, do your own research. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so always jump into it with, your feet, not your head. Obviously, you don't want to dive in to 2-foot water. You're not going to find out anything, and you may just break your neck. So make sure to find some, some things that make you really kind of bullish on the future of Vechain. Don't go looking and find that Vechain is something you don't want to invest in and then invest anyway. Make sure it's something you like, you enjoy, you think has a future in it, and then if you like it, definitely dollar cost average in during those red markets is my best opinion to myself at the very least. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, like the video. I'll see you guys all in the next one.